Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing? Love the way you look in the mirror and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food. It's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School podcast. How did you like the episode yesterday about habit sandwich? Did you start building your own habit sandwiches to install new high performance, highly effective habits into your life? Share and let me know how it went for you and how successful or not so successful you found this technique, habit sandwich stacking techniques, habit stacking technique, and also maybe some of you started the don't break the chain practice. So when you have your calendar with the marks, check marks, or maybe a cross mark on every day that you committed to the habit that you want to install for right now, for your life, for many days ahead. Anyway, share your experience with habit building practice and advice that I've shared yesterday, and let me know how you're doing, okay? Today is our Geeky Tuesday, and as usual, we will dig deeper into some subjects or themes that I believe are really important, and I also believe they are not so often talked about, and I believe they might improve your health as they did mine. So today we will talk about science of fats more deeply. You know, you've probably heard a lot about high fat, low carb diet from me and from other resources. You might even try it. You might be on a ketogenic diet or some other version of high fat diet. And we usually tend to kind of simplify things, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't really. So when it comes to high fat diet, a lot of people start with counting carbs and counting fats and making sure to consume enough fats and not overdo carbohydrates and proteins. But then a lot of people do not pay attention to two things: the kinds of fats they're consuming, and also the sources of those fats. So people just think that, or as long as I'm consuming low carbohydrate, high fat diet, that I'm doing good to my body. Well, that is not the case. Sometimes, and very often these days actually, as what I notice, some fats are good for you, for your health, and some fats are literally killing you on a cellular level, especially vegetable oils and other industrial fats, other unnatural fats, or natural fats that are not kept or stored or treated the way they're supposed to be treated. Like, for example, if you take fish oil and you oxidize it by exposing it to too much heat or to temperature, then it's going to be toxic and it's going to be rancid and it's not going to be good for you. Or olive oil, good olive oil that is good for you is supposed to be in a dark bottle, either glass or completely not transparent. And also you should not expose it to heat and you should not be cooking with it at high heat if you want to get the benefits of it. Or for example, if you're consuming a lot of saturated fats from animals, if the animal is not treated right, and if the animal consumes low quality diet that is not suited for that kind of animal, if the animal doesn't have the ability to graze on grass, for example, like cow is supposed to, if the animal is going through a lot of stress while growing, then the fats coming from that animal are going to be pro-inflammatory fats and they're not going to be that great for you. And besides, saturated fats, not a lot of people, not all the people getting fats from animals, getting fats from butter or dairy products, not a lot of people tolerate those fats all that well compared to, let's say, saturated fats from coconut oil or mono or polyunsaturated fats from fatty fish or from marine or from algae or omega-3 fatty acids from land sources like, for example, flax seeds or walnuts. So when you hear the term, high fat, low carb diet, when you hear some people having amazing results than that and others people health deteriorating, just understand that high fat diet can be so different. If you're eating most of your fats from, let's say, good quality wild fatty fish, and somebody is getting their fats from dairy products, not necessarily of the best quality, or from animal products, not necessarily of the best quality, then their health is going to be much different. And yes, one person can get their health improved, and the other person can get the worst kind of health. And it has nothing to do with the amount of fat they're eating. It has to do with the kinds of fats that they're eating. And I'm not even talking about all the other lifestyle factors here, but let's just talk about the kinds of fats. So just be aware of that. And again, when you, if you want to try high fat diet, make sure that you are consuming the fats that are actually beneficial to your biology. And the most beneficial fats are omega-3 fatty acids that you get from wild, good quality fatty fish. And again, omega-3 fatty acids, the amount of them and the quality are not the same when you're getting your fish wild, like for example wild salmon, and when you're getting your fish from some farm where the fish is not fed the food that they are supposed to be eating, or just fed some low quality feed and are raised in really bad environment. But still, omega-3 fatty acids from marine sources are the fatty acids that you actually biologically need. And if you didn't get it as a kid, then your health might still suffer. If you're a mom and you are expecting a child, or if you're a mom having a young kid, make sure that your kids and you yourself getting enough omega-3s. Otherwise, you can compromise your health and the health and mental development of your child. Those omega-3 fatty acids, EPA, DHA, that come from marine sources, our body cannot make them, and they are biologically required by human body. It's for the best results, for noticeable results when the rest of your diet is also pretty good, it is recommended to get 3-4 grams of combined EPA and DHA fatty acids every single day from either fatty fish of good quality or from supplement. So omega-3 fatty acids, you need to be getting them every day. If there is one thing you take away from this episode, omega-3 fatty acids, if you're not getting them, and if you're not eating fatty fish every day and not getting your fish oil supplement or krill oil supplement or algae supplement that also is full of omega-3s, then you're not getting those omega-3 fatty acids, and you're compromising your health on a cellular level and your brain performance and your physical performance on every single cell in your body. So omega-3 fatty acids. As we talked before, as I mentioned before, other fats that you might be getting from meats, from eggs, from chicken and poultry, from dairy products or butter, all those fats, they're not created equal either. You want to make sure that you're getting your fats from pasture-raised animal. If you're not, then try to limit your fat intake to marine sources, to good quality nuts and seeds that have the appropriate good quality fatty acids, like hemp seeds, like chia seeds, like flax seeds, like walnuts. Again, pasture-raised, grass-fed, all of that. The fats from those healthy animals, humanely treated animals, are much more beneficial to human health. Other fats from sick animals, from animals that are not treated the way they're supposed to be treated, they are more often pro-inflammatory and contain other ingredients, quote unquote, that might harm your health. And then, as I mentioned, also fats need to be treated the way their nature requires. So olive oil and monounsaturated fats, it's great for salads. Polyunsaturated fats also, of course, great for only maybe salads and consuming them cold, consuming them as they are. For cooking, you might use coconut oil that is very saturated. You can also use, of course, butter and ghee and other animal saturated fats. You should throw away all the cottonseed oil, peanut oil, soybean oil, sunflower, safflower oils, all those other industrial fats. And if you have doubt whether you should use this fat or whether you should avoid it at all costs, shoot me email to Angela@createyourself. I'm always happy to give you advice based on my best knowledge on the most cutting edge recent science and studies that confirm good for you nature of some fats or harmful nature of some fats for you. Some other great sources of fats are, as I mentioned, flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seed, walnuts. And again, not all nuts created equal, so don't think just because this is nut that the fat from it is good for you. Some nuts like let's say pecan nuts or Brazil nuts, even though they do, or cashew nuts, or peanuts that are not really nuts, they have different fats, and they are okay in small amounts, but not that great at. But if you decide to just eat them every day as much as you want, no, not all nuts are good. And besides, try to get only raw nuts, and so the fats are not oxidized in those nuts. And of course, if you decide to get some roasted nuts, either roast them yourself or make sure that they are not roasted in any cottonseed oil, peanut oil, or anything, because even tiny amounts of those oils can really harm your health on a cellular level. So be aware of the kinds of fats that you are eating, because fats are incorporated in cell membrane of every single cell of your body, and depending on the quality of those cell membranes, you're gonna get the quality of health, different quality of health. So if your cell membranes are of poor quality because of poor quality fats you are consuming, then don't expect anything work right in your body, because again, when cell cannot communicate effectively and efficiently, when some structure, really important structure in cell, like cell membrane, is not functioning well, your health gonna compromise, your health gonna break down, your body gonna break down on so many levels. And you might be wondering, what the hell is going on with me? What's wrong with me? Well, the fats you're eating, that might be wrong with you. That being said, let's talk a little bit more about omega-3 fatty acids that is super important and super essential for your health and performance. So the food sources that are the richest in omega-3 fatty acids are salmon, raw, halibut, herring, salmon, wild, sardines, trout, oysters, mackerel, tuna. And again, from the top, the richest to the poorest source of omega-3 fatty acids: salmon raw, halibut, herring, salmon wild, sardines, trout, oysters, mackerel, tuna, only fresh and wild. So again, the quality of your fish matters. The wilder it is, the better the conditions where it lives, the more omega-3s you're gonna get. When it comes to fish oil supplement, if it's fish oil supplement, you wanna get 3 to 4 grams of EPA and DHA combined. So when you're getting your fish oil, just design your own daily portion based on this knowledge. So you wanna be getting 3 to 4 grams of EPA plus DHA combined. So the actual amount of fish oil in your capsules, or however, whatever form you're taking them in, might be different. It's going to be bigger, but you need to shoot for the amount of EPA plus DHA. So read the label and make sure that you're getting the right amount. If it's krill oil, then krill oil is more effective with getting into your cells and giving all the benefits of omega-3 fatty acids. They're much better absorbed. So you might be okay with 500 milligram to 1 gram of krill oil. And now we will talk about the best fats for fat loss. Yes, guys, there is such a thing. And even though some people think that calorie is a calorie and fat is a fat, no matter where that fat comes from and no matter, I don't know, what kind of quality that fat is, then your body is going to react completely the same. Those people just don't understand how our body works when it interacts with food. Basically, we have two different organisms interacting with each other on a molecular level, and depending on the quality, the structure of those molecules, you're going to get completely different results. And you're even going to get, when it comes to fat loss, different fats produce different fat burning in your body. So basically, some fats increase your body's ability to utilize fat for fuel and your own fat for fuel. Some fats are not that great. And then, of course, some fats promote inflammation. And when your inflammation increases, you're getting worse at burning fat and being healthier, and you're getting better at storing fat. So what are the best fats for fat loss? Well, omega-3 fatty acids are pretty good for fat loss. The worst fats for fat loss and for health, trans fats created industrially. Those fats are completely banned in a lot of countries of European Union. For example, Denmark banned trans fats a long time ago. You might still find some industrial trans fats in US food, and for your country, just check if your country bans trans fats or not. Like, for example, Russia, where I am right now, you can still find trans fats in food store, in foods, so it's not banned, and I'm not sure if it's going to be banned or not, but that doesn't change the reality of things that it is the worst fat for your body. then saturated fats might be, neutral for your health, assuming it's coming from good animals. But for fat loss, if your goal is fat loss, they're not that great, guys. So if your goal is fat loss, switch slowly and gradually to omega-3 fatty acids from your fatty fish, from also flax seeds or walnuts, grass-fed meat and eggs. And the champions in fat loss are MCT fats or medium chain triglycerides. Those are the fats that you find in coconut oil and MCT oil. You can find MCT oil by itself, and it's usually coming from coconut oil and palm oil, from two of those sources. And there are also different kinds of MCTs. Some are a little bit better, some a little bit worse. But even coconut oil by itself, it has a lot of lauric acid also. That is not an MCT fat. But anyway, this is also a little bit geeky for you, might be. But MCT fatty acids are the best to help you utilize your own fats and to also increase your metabolism. That is also proven by studies. And even though that it doesn't increase your metabolism all that much, like it's not a huge amount, but even a little bit every day matters, guys. And also, if something helps you to utilize your own fats for energy, and also is better to providing your brain with energy and producing ketones, or those bodies that your body creates by burning fat, that is alternative fuel, alternative to glucose fuel. So that at the end of the day, all that really matters. So if your goal is fat loss and also health, of course, then start switching. Trans fats and vegetable oils you should throw away right away for good, forever. And then saturated fats, sometimes, a little bit are okay, but they're not the best for fat loss. And you want to be switching to omega-3 fatty acids from marine sources, from land sources. You want to be eating more fatty fish. You want to get your fish oil or krill oil supplement. You want to get more flax seeds, more walnuts, hemp seeds, and chia seeds in your diet, more grass-fed meat and eggs for more omega-3s. And then the champions, MCT, so coconut oil or MCT oil is even better for fat burning. So this is it for today, guys, our geeky, fatty episode. I hope now you feel like you know your fats a little bit better. And if you are on a high fat diet, you might reconsider some of the fats or sources of fats that you're eating. If you're considering high fat diet, guys, that it's also a great time to get educated and get this book, Super Fuel. Tomorrow we will do a full review of this book, so stay tuned to know your fats even better. It's a very practical and amazing knowledge for this era when we finally realize that fats are an essential part of our healthy human diet. Now we just need to figure out how to eat our fats from the right sources and the right way. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Be fat aware, and as usual, till next time, eat better daily.